Welcome to Traveling with Diamonds. My name is Barry. This is a WIP and Chat, work in progress. Let me get I got my watch time. I hope you can see this. Hopefully it's not too glaring. I don't know where the glare is. Oops. I kind of like this light. Hopefully that's not too glary. Glare is always a problem. It's a little overcast outside. Can't get this. So, hello. Welcome to my 83 subscribers. If you like this, I have 83 subscribers right now. So, this is The Mandalorian and the Child. This is from The Mandalorian and the Child. This is from Amazon. I love The Mandalorian. It's upside down. I'm working on a section from that today. We are working with a Muni Made tray, a lovely blue shiny tray here of their old design, and a blue sparkly Butterfly Effect Wears pen from not too long ago, I don't think. This blue and white sparkly flavored yeah, pattern one, and I use pink wax in my multi-placer and my single placer. If I need more wax, I have that. I'm going to be working on this section right here. Let's see. And chatting your ear off a little bit today. I am using a half-size Elizabeth Ward style tray. Not from Elizabeth Ward's, but from Temu. It's just like that, but not, a style tray. So, how's everybody? I hope you're doing well. It is Friday afternoon here, and we are bracing for some winter weather, although I'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm cold. I hope for a warm and cozy weekend. But I'll first talk about my WIPs. So this one has, I have just done the little edge, so this has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half and a half and a half. Let's see, how many halves? 5 big squares and 1, 2, 3, 4 halves, so that's 2 more squares. No, 2.5 more squares. Nope. 3. So about 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 squares left in this kit. Sorry, I had to do some math there because of all the halves. Which are partial squares because this was, sectioned off by Diamond Art Club. Of course, this is Lucasfilm. My big kit is Where the Magic Is by Randall Spangler. I didn't count how many squares I had left on it. I should have before I started here. But I'm trying to think. I have finished... we can do some math on that. I have finished 3 times 6 plus 3 is 21. plus 1.5 is 22.5 sections. I believe there to be 68 sections. So that's how far I am on that one. Is I finished 21.5 sections and there are about 68 sections. So it is squares. This one is rounds, and hopefully I don't move the canvas too much as I do this. But with these little canvases, I tend to move a little bit while I work on them. Is my light flashing? Light, are you flashing? You're connected to power. You should not be flashing. Maybe I hit it? And then I have the temperature project, which is I'm 17 days into my temperature project. So I usually update it on Sundays. Hi, Wally. Do you want to say hi on the... Oh, yes, you're gonna headbutt the table and make it shake. Headbutt the arm and make it shake. So where was I? Oh, yeah, the temperature project. And then my other WIPs I have put on hold, although I may take them off hold this weekend because I have some plans for them. So, yeah, the other WIPs are on hold. That includes the Sleeping Cat, the Summer Mystery, and the Oralola Animals set is on hold till March. It's going to stay on hold. But the other two, I may dig out this weekend. And we'll get to that. Sorry, it's a bunch of stuff I'm going to get to. So, as I've gotten into the habit of what did I order this week as far as diamond paintings, because I have a problem. I like diamond paintings, and man, do I like collecting them. So this week I ordered, on the Saturday drop, I ordered What Mouse, which is a Randall Spangler. It has come. It is so cute. And I ordered Piano Battle, which is an Aristocats. And I used some points for most of that. I had a lot of points, so I used points for that. And then I ordered off of the Stash Celestial Dreams, which is a Randall Spangler I've had on my wish list. And it was like a really, really good price. It was like, I don't know, $30 or something. They must have been really trying to get rid of some of their kits. And I got Midnight Owl by Jeremiah Kettner, which I think I had owned at some point, but destashed. And both those have come in, and they have old tool kits in them, so they were old kits. I think those are still kits you can buy from Diamond Art Club, but these were old kits because they had the toolkit before this one, they had the toolkit before that. So, which is the toolkit we had kind of when I started diamond painting in February of 20. Well, you know, it's interesting. It said it was my anniversary at Diamond Art Club, like, just recently. But I think I started in 2023, but I didn't remember. I thought it was February of 2023, but I got points for my Diamond Art Club anniversary just a few weeks ago, or just a week or two ago. So maybe I started in January of 2023. I don't really know. I could go back and see. I could go back in my Gems Flow and see if I had a Gems. I don't know how long I've done Gems Flow. I could go back and see some of the first kits I did in Gems Flow and see what dates I had. for those. But anyway, so 2023 is when and we're in 2026, you know, so 2023 is when I started diamond painting. So it was the toolkit from them then, which is the pretty old toolkit with the tiny, tiny, tiny tray. And it had tweezers and clear heart wax, but not in a container, and baggies and a pen and a squishy. No squishy. No squishy in these. No, there's a squishy. It's hidden. I just threw those on the bed where I am, so I looked at them. And then I ordered hot air balloons because it restocked. And I ordered that one because I'm pretty sure it's a picture from New Mexico, where I lived in Albuquerque. Because there's a hot air balloon festival and it goes over the Rio Grande, and the mountains are in the back, and there's a river in the mountains, and one of the balloons has the New Mexico symbol on it. So I just had to buy that when I saw the restock. I had a different hot air balloons kit that I think I destashed because I don't have it anymore. But I don't think it was this kit. But I like this kit better, if even so, because it's got the New Mexico. It's very much New Mexico vibes. So it looks like the Balloon Fiesta, which happens in October in New Mexico, and I lived in Albuquerque for 4 years. In 2006 through 2005. It was probably 2005. Was it? I thought I was old enough to rent a car. I would have been old enough to rent a car in 2006. So it was like sometime the late aughts was when I lived in New Mexico. So, it's so nice to work on a little round kit, because I've been working on a big square kit. Which is why I kitted this up. I needed a little round kit breather. So I have ordered, since last week, 5 kits, but I used points on the, hot air balloons too. So I've used points on like 3 of them, and then 2 of them were pretty cheap. So I hope all that works out. Of course, I'm running out of space for kids. But I'm hoping there was a Pixar mini kit. Pixar, what are the mini kits from DAC? Mini Dazzles. There was a Pixar one. Oh my goodness. Like, we have opened the doors to Pixar. It was Up, and Up makes me sad. So Up is not my favorite Pixar movie. It makes me very sad. Probably because I lost my mom. And it makes me sad for my dad, and yeah, the montage at the beginning with the but Up, they did a mini Dazzles of Up, and so I didn't get it because Up makes me sad, but that means more Pixar's coming. I just know it. There's going to be a Pixar drop. So my favorite Pixar movies are... WALL-E is my favorite. Of all time, Pixar movie is WALL-E. And that's who my cats are named after, Wally and Eva. Because Wally calls Eve Eva. And so I call my cats Wally and Eva. And then let's see, what are my other favorite Pixars? I mean, I'm a Toy Story fan. I'm a Cars fan. Like, I like a lot of these. I'm a Cars fan. My favorite is Cars 3. What are some other Pixars? Finding Red is great. I don't know, things aren't coming to me, but if they release Wall-E stuff, I'm gonna have to have it, and I'm gonna have to work on it right away. We'll just put that out there. It's kind of like the Grogu stuff. If they release, I don't know, I would do like a mini dazzle of Toy Story or Cars. I would do like anything what is it? Finding Red, Finding Nemo is cute. God, there's some cute things about Finding Nemo. Is Brave, is that Pixar? Or is that Disney Studios? I think it's Pixar. What else? Oh, I don't know. There's so much Pixar stuff that would probably get me excited and need to have, just like the Disney stuff. So Pixar, excited that that's opening up in front of us. What else is on my, so I guess I'll talk about, so this weekend, we're under a winter weather advisory, and it looks like it's going to be a little less worse than they said it was going to be originally in the beginning of the week. Like, it looks like we're going to get some cold rain. And then the temperatures are going to drop once the rain is past. So, I think tomorrow morning we may get some snow and some ice. But it's supposed to warm up above freezing. And then rain. So, if we do, it won't hang on for very long. And then, Sunday, we're supposed to get more rain. And then Sunday night, it's going to drop below freezing. And stay below freezing for a day or so. So whatever is still water will freeze. But if it stopped raining, there'll be a good chance for stuff to kind of dry out. And for the roads not to be frozen on Monday. That's what I'm hoping for. Because on Monday I have my pre-op my post-op where I'll get released to do like ab work. And I'm just ready to be released from everything from that surgery. So hopefully I still have my post-op. That'll be my 12-week post-op on Monday. I don't know if I'm moving this too much when I diamond paint. So, but other than that, I'll work from home. But I'm excited. I'm going to start back to class, exercise class on Monday. And then choir and, you know, so Monday stuff, I'm ready for, so we'll see what happens with the ice on Monday. But anyway, either way, this weekend is going to be cold and rainy, if nothing else. It's going to be very, very cold and very, very rainy. So I thought I'd do a challenge. The winter weather challenge. So what my challenge is I'm going to set, I'm not going to like try to meet a certain time, but I'm going to have a goal of Saturday and Sunday of doing somewhere around 12 hours would be my goal. But I'm not going to really make it be the 12-hour challenge. It's more like the how many hours can I diamond paint on a winter weather weekend. So I'm going to put all my WIPs on a wheel in a little app, and I'm going to put a timer on and try some time-lapse videos, and so I'm going to do all the kits, all my WIPs, except for the Orlo mini set. Because I'm saving it for the mini madness. What is it called? The mini something madness. So, yeah, and I also am going to put on the wheel, last weekend, I went to the Huntsville Low Mill Art Cafe with a friend and started a paint by number. You basically, like, at the art cafe, they give you a menu and you pick what kind of art you want to do, and like they have different prices, and then you get like coffee or tea and candy, and you get like a 2-hour block to do your art. And so I did a paint by number, an acrylic paint by number, and it's a sea turtle. So I'm going to put my acrylic paint by number, I'm not going to count it towards my diamond painting time, but I'm still going to put it on my spin wheel and try to get, and so each time I spin the wheel, I will either do a color of the which I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. I'll do a color of the sea turtle, or I'll do a section of a canvas, a diamond painting canvas. So that'll be so much fun, with the hopes of getting 10 to 12 hours in of diamond painting this weekend. So I didn't want to do, and if I get more, that's better. And I may title it the 12-hour challenge. I don't know. I didn't want to make it like a 12-hour challenge. I wanted to make it like a, let's see how many hours I can diamond make kind of thing. That just sounded better to me. So that if I don't feel, I don't know, if you don't feel great at it, getting less hours isn't awful. But it should be a good weekend to stay in and diamond paint. And I wanted to practice my time lapse and editing that and stuff like that too. So time-lapse filming and editing. And then, yeah, but the paint by number, it's so cute. I've done about 4 of the colors. I don't know how many colors it has, but I've done about 4 of them. And I'm not the best at paint by number. I don't stay the lines like perfectly, but I think it'll turn out okay. We'll see. But I do want to finish it. I have a paint by number that's probably under this bed in here that I started many years ago. And it's a bigger paint by number. And I have not gotten it out to finish it because I like diamond painting more. But it'll be a good break from diamond painting to do the paint by number and still be something that'll be fun to film and kind of show what I'm doing this weekend, and we'll see how much progress I make on the different kits. I've weighted the Home is Where the Heart Is highest on the wheel, and then this kit's weighted pretty high, and then the other kits are weighted lower. And the, you know, so that this kit, so that my current like WIPs, you know, come up more often than my on hold WIPs or the paint by number. So, yeah. So that should be fun, a fun thing to do this weekend. So what happened this week? Last Monday and Tuesday I was in Memphis. Memphis always scares me a little bit because there's a lot of crime there. I don't know why there's a lot of crime in Memphis, but there is. So I was worried about my car. I stayed downtown, got there on Martin Luther King Day Monday, because I do not get that off work. And my site visit went well. There was not much to see. Like, it was more of a, like, I don't know, put a good face forward kind of visit. Maybe more of a, I don't know what the word for that would be, but like it was more of a show the government that we're taking this seriously and that we're, you know, all that stuff. So, and today I had my pre-op. I'm 3.5 weeks from my surgery. Not much else happened this week. I got back home Tuesday. My site visit didn't last more than half a day. So I got back home Tuesday night. I didn't have to drive late at night, which I was grateful for. And Wednesday I had Real Roots. It was our last official Real Roots, but we have a dinner this Wednesday. It's just not it's not like a guided dinner. And then but I had a lot of fun the weekend at the art cafe, and then got ready for my trip, and it went fine. And then today I had my pre-op. So I got my sling, and I'll have to wear the sling for like a week. And then I can drive as soon as I'm off pain meds. My dad's gonna come help me for a night. And then, but it shouldn't be nearly as bad. I don't know how the pain will be, but I know there was a lot to my abdominoplasty, you know, in November. That was just a harder surgery to recover from, but I did pretty good. But I needed a lot of help, and I don't think I'll need as much help on the from the shoulder surgery, because it's arthroscopic, and it's just 3 holes, and they're just going in and cleaning up any of the things that are causing inflammation in there. But yeah, it's pretty good. I will need to call next week and get my pre-registration for my at the surgery center. And then I got my sling from the brace shop. And then what else? Let's see. I should be able to, I'm going to take 2 weeks off of personal training. I start PT the next morning after the surgery. So the next day I start PT. I have a post-op 2 weeks later, or like a week and a half later. Then what else? I should be able to get back to working out with that shoulder and stuff. Maybe as soon as 3 or 4 weeks after surgery. Just depends on how well I do at PT and how well everything else is going. I can start lifting weights and stuff with that arm. Sorry. I had to cough. I forgot to bring a drink in here. Let's see. I'm probably not edit out that cough, so sorry. This is a very interesting style of artwork, this Mandalorian. It's a very kind of a stylized coloring book style art of the Mandalorian. Sometimes on these Disney and Mandalorian kits and Star Wars kits and stuff, I wonder who the actual artist is. Who's the commissioned artist? Like, because they just say LucasWorks or Disney or whatever. They don't actually say, like, was it an in-house artist? Or did they commission somebody, to do the artwork? Or, like, I know pictures, like a lot of the Disney stuff is pictures from the movies. So those are the animators was the artist, and there it takes a lot of animators to make a frame of. You have background animators and character animators, and it takes a lot of people. But like something like this like stylized with all the black and the coloring, kind of colored in black. Kind of like Mandy Manzano does. But this is not really her style of that, but her style has that black outline. But this is not really her style of artwork, I don't think. So, but I wonder who, I wonder whose artwork it is. Somebody's. It's funny, the black was the only one that used up a giant container, one of the large containers. Everything else used an extra small. There was a few that used the small, but because it's a fairly small kit. So I'll give you an update on the cats. So Wally is having diarrhea again. And I don't know if it's something he eats or like I don't know what causes his diarrhea. If it lasts more than a couple days, I'll take him to the vet again for it. But he's asleep on the chest of drawers, or the chest of drawers right now. But yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what causes him to have an upset stomach. I don't know what he's getting into and eating, or is there something that he's like, I don't know. Wish I could figure it out. But it happened before, like right before, like the week before my other surgery in November. It happened. It was like Halloween when I took him to the vet. So I don't know. I do not know. I wish I knew what caused it. But I don't think there's been any, like, they were with a cat sitter for 2 days, but it was just 2 days. It was really only like 30 hours. It wasn't even 2 full days. I mean, I left at almost noon. Well, it was probably closer to 10 on Monday, and got home at like 5 on the next day. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's causing his upset stomach. but it's super hard to give him the medicine for it. So I'm hoping it just kind of clears up over the weekend. Eva's doing fine. I don't know where she is. She's probably around here somewhere. She usually sits in this chair. She likes sitting in this chair. So I got her out of this chair so I could film. But, oh, I miscounted that. This drill does not belong here. We'll put it somewhere it belongs. Or maybe I was doing something else. But Eva's doing fine. You know, she's the one who has the herpes virus. And she, knock knock, has not had an, she's been taking antivirals, but, yeah, she has not had a reoccurrence. So, she's doing okay. And next week, I was telling, yeah, Monday, depending on what the ice level is. I was saying that earlier. I have my final post-op. Well, probably not the final post-op, but like a 12-week post-op. And I will finally get cleared to do ab exercises, which I'm super excited about. And I might have been testing the water a little bit. I should probably not do that row because the plastic comes into that row. But you know, I'm super excited about that, so I'm gonna do the class and then choir, and I'll be able to do the class for a few weeks and then have my other surgery, and then I'll be off class for 3 or 4 weeks. And then Wednesday is a dinner with my group from Real Roots. So that'll be good. And then what else next week? I don't think, like, I think next weekend is Sound of Music tickets from the Broadway Theater League. And, whoa, what's going on? That's weird. Table got a little unstable. Is the table unstable? Am I pushing this in when I put my feet on it? Hope not. Sorry if the table and arm moved. It may move every time I put drills down. I don't know. I know my TV tray moves every time I put drills down. But I thought this table... I don't know. I don't know. Did you like last week's setup for the WIP and Chat, or you like this week's setup better? And why? I need more black. I need more 310. I'm so close yet so far away from getting accustomed with the Treasure Quest cards. I need 3 golds. And I've been trying to like trade my black. I've been trying to trade my extra silvers because I have like 3 extra silvers. But I'm not getting anywhere. I'm trying to buy gold codes. Somebody offered to give me a gold card if I mailed my black card to them. Which I realize is a safer way of doing that, but my black card is Tinkerbell, and I don't mind giving the code away for her, but I really want to keep her as a card because my mom's favorite character was Tinkerbell. And so I'm not real anxious to mail her off. But I do want to get a custom from the Treasure Quest cards. I don't know, I put out that video this week of my Treasure Quest cards. It didn't get very many views. It's not filmed great, and it's a pretty short video. So, I understand if it doesn't get very many views. It's not one of my better ones. But it shows all the Treasure Quest cards I have and how I keep them in a little container. And a trading card binder. And then, yeah, I am 3 gold short of a custom, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get any golds. I mean, that's probably half the reason I buy kits still, is to get golds. I need them. I want a custom. I want a custom so bad, but I get it. It's hard to get enough for your custom. Some people get there with black cards, and I've only ever gotten 1 black card. You know, some of the YouTubers have gotten customs. A lot of the YouTubers have gotten DAC customs, but a lot of them do like PR for Diamond Art Club, so they get kits to show, you know. So they get a kit every week to show on their channel. So they probably have a better chance of getting all the kits, all the colors of cards, just from sheer volume of kits they end up with. I just have to buy them, which is fine. That's how it should work. You know, not that it's bad that they get PR. I mean, I'm so glad they get PR. I get to see the kits. I'm so glad the YouTubers I watch get PR. You know, I love seeing the sneak peeks. I love seeing the kits. But I do want to get I do want to get enough for a custom of my own. I'm going to get a picture of my cats done, which I think it would be so cool to have a diamond painted picture of my cats. So my next video that'll come out on Wednesday is I think it's 5 oldest kits in my stash. Or at least the kits I believe to be the oldest in my stash. And, you know, with all the refresh your stash stuff, it was interesting to try to go through my gems flow and figure out what might be some of the oldest kits in my stash. And some of them are like they came with, not like the newest, but like the toolkit before this toolkit. Because they were kind of re-released. So I have like a re-release of an old kit. Or like a restock of an old kit. So still an old, like I think when they restock they don't update the grids. I think they just maybe update the box and the toolkit sometimes, but I don't think they update the grids or the drills. Well, the drills might get packaged differently. The drills might get updated just because that's the drills they run at the time. But I don't think the grid gets updated. If anybody knows different, let me know. Like, I don't think they rechart kits that are what's going on here? I don't think they rechart the, you know, the grid. I like this blue color. That's kind of the background. It's pretty. And then what else? What else is there to talk about? I'm really, oops. What's that? Moving truck or UPS? Like a moving truck. Or an RV? Or did you see my hair? Did I go that low? Trying to look. Think of the moving truck. It's kind of an icky day to move. I tried to go walk after my post-op, pre-op, and it was so windy. It was like 46 degrees, but it was so windy and the wind was so cold. I was miserable. So I only walked around like for 10 minutes at the park and went back to my car. It was not fun. Not fun at all. The wind, I guess it's bringing in this storm. Yeah, it should be snowing when I wake up in the morning. So I will start the challenge video probably pretty early in the morning because I'm an early riser. And I'll try to get everything set up tonight with the different, try to get the different WIPs spread out and stuff like that so they're easy to grab. And but yeah, I tried to walk. It was so cold. There's something about You know, sometimes you can be in the 40s and be so comfortable, and sometimes it can be in the 40s and be just miserably cold. And some of it's like how you're dressed, and I was just in jeans and a sweater and a coat. And I needed a hat, and because it was so windy, you really need something to cover your ears. And I didn't really have a hat, so I came home instead. And then what I'm listening to and reading, I finished The Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the third book in the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR. And I don't know if I'm going to pick up the fourth book. I think I'm going to take a break before I pick up the fourth book. In the end, I thought the book turned out pretty good. Listening to it was the way to go on that one, because I wasn't getting anywhere in the reading it on the Kindle. I started this book probably a year ago. And I listened to it on the ride to Memphis and on the way back. And sorry, I'm anxious about a work thing. And I keep thinking about it. But I started listening to, but you know, I finished book 3. I don't want to start right away book 4. I really liked book 2. I thought book 1 was a little too been done before. And then it kind of opened up into a different story. In book 2, and then book 3 was good at the beginning, but it was so much about this war, and it just felt like that storyline just rolled on and on and on and on and on. So I made it through, and now I'm reading. So I follow the Tim Tracker on YouTube. He's a Disney World YouTuber. Him and his wife Jen and their kids, and they have a Patreon. And their Patreon has a Discord server, and their Discord server has a book club. So we're reading The House Witch by Delamahawk, and it's for the Pretty Okay Social Book Club, which is what it's called, the Pretty Okay Social Book Club. And so far, I just started. I'm like 2 chapters in. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably get to listen to it. I'm listening to it. I'll probably get to listen to it some this weekend. While I diamond paint. So that's my next endeavor. I'm supposed to have it finished by, I think, sometime next week. So I don't know if I'll get that far on it. I don't have any long car rides to listen to it on. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I like it. And then maybe I'll listen to it some more. in the next few days. It kind of depends on how well I like it. So far, hard to tell. And then I'm watching The Pit. I was watching an episode of The Pit before I started finishing this. The episode from last night. Season 2 has come out. And then I'm watching Pluribus on Apple TV, which is an interesting premise. So I may continue watching that this weekend. And of course my YouTubers that I follow religiously. And then, well, we got close to finishing this section in an hour, but we didn't quite get it finished. But I'll sit here and finish it, off camera. If you made it to the end, why don't you give me a rain cloud or snowflake emoji for this weekend? If you made it to the end. And thanks for watching and listening. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend or week whenever you watch this. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.